I feel like it's so hard for people to commit in this day and age because of options. Oh, not over their ex, they have momming issues or, they have like a lot of stuff they're holding on from their past they haven't moved on from. And on top of that, like I seen a video like this whole setup, and it's true. There are too many options out there. People always like the grass is greener, so they think this girl has this issues, I'm go to the next. But I promise you, pretty face, but sooner or later you'll find the same issues or even worse with the next person. So
We're here in Miami, Brickell, doing interviews in the streets. We're asking people amazing questions to inspire you guys, to inspire the youth. So support this channel, subscribe to the channel, like and comment. If you want some questions that you want us to ask in the streets, let us know. Let's go. What do you girls do for work?
I'm a nurse.
I'm a chef and business owner.
And business owner. I love it. So what does it take to become a successful business owner in your opinion?
It takes resilience, it takes persistence, and it takes effort. Those are the three things that it takes.
So let me ask you a question. Being a female business owner, how has it been challenging in the marketplace for you?
It's been very challenging because you have to prepare for off seasons, you have to prepare for high seasons, holidays, and you have to make sure that your business is safe, even at times that, business may be slow. So it's been a challenge, but I always work through it every year, successful for multiple years, so it's all good.
I love it. So someone that's watching us, they're a female, they want to get into the business world, but they're scared.
She's a nurse too.
But we'll get you after, right? So I'm gonna get you right after. Give me a second.
I'm gonna just stand right
So because I like the business question. So for someone that's watching us, they're a young lady, they want to get into the business world, but they're scared, they're fearful that it's a male-dominating world. What would you tell them?
Just do it, literally, just do it. When people say like, oh, wait till you have this, wait till you know this, just start. Because we started with the people that we knew, and we started with what we knew before we even had all the knowledge. When you start, you see, and you receive the support, then you start to get the experience, then it keeps you motivated to keep on going. So just start, literally, start. And have a plan, a business plan, please.
So let me ask you this. If you had a chance to invest into a business that's run by a male or run by a female, which one would you rather invest in and why?
I would rather, honestly, is female or male,
You got to choose one, though. Be honest.
I have to choose.
Yes.
Do I have to choose like based off the gender?
Yes.
I have to.
And be honest.
Listen. Honestly, it depends on the deal, female or male. I'm all for female empowerment, but if the deal and the partnership and the benefit cost, we have to do cost and benefit analysis, that's my decision.
But if you had to choose, you had the same opportunity, same everything, male,
Same opportunity.
male or a female, which one would you pick, honestly? And why?
Oh my gosh, I really never thought about this.
Some people do. Be honest.
Probably. What would it be? It's honestly on the experience. Gender. You making me choose a gender.
Yes.
It's on the experience.
I know, but let's say they have the same equal experience and you had a chance to choose the male or the female. Which one would you pick?
Okay, then let's choose the female.
Why?
Because one thing about it, men always dominate and men always back up each other. That's just a fact. So if there's any opportunity that I can back up our females and create like the support and create the dominance that men, have with females, I'll choose a female. Same experience, same opportunity, same everything. I'll choose the female.
Is it smart to buy an exotic car?
I think it is.
Why?
Because you move differently. You move differently, bro. You start making connections. Just a whole bunch of benefits.
So let me ask you a question. What car have you just recently bought?
I bought the new Maserati MC20.
Interesting. And was it worth it to buy that car for 200 grand?
It was. Reason is because it makes a lot of connections. Living in Miami, this whole space is a connection space. It's about who you know. Your net worth is your net worth, right? So that puts me in a lot of circles, puts me in a lot of exotic car clubs, which are just some high level people,
Let me ask you, how old are you?
22?
So 22, you're not working anymore.
No.
So are you bored?
Yeah.
So what do you want to do now?
I'm gonna start working.
I love it. So what do you want to do in the next 2-3 years right now?
So we're getting back into solar. We're doing a virtual solar play, and then starting a podcast, and I'm launching a media company.
Interesting. So let me ask you a question. You made all this fucking money from solar. Someone that wants to get into solar, should they get into it or no right now?
I'd fucking 100% get into it. I mean, what type of person would I be to say no? Don't get into the thing that made me $2 million in 2023. You shouldn't do it. Actually, no, you shouldn't do it. It tastes like shit.
So let me tell you this. Let me tell you. What's the biggest challenge of being 22 with nothing to do right now?
Being bored. And when you have nothing to do in Miami, you find things to do. You go to 11, you go to space, and you spend money really quickly. So as you watch the bank account like fucking dwindle, yeah, you're fucking gonna get back to work.
What's the most amount of money you spent on some stupid shit recently?
The car, I dropped 100 bands for the down payment.
Interesting. I love it. I guess it's not so smart. So how long have you been married?
23 years.
How did you stay married to one person for 23 years straight?
I have a very good personality. I laugh everything off. He's a good man, but you gotta have a good personality.
So when you say good personality, what does it mean to have a good personality?
Don't hold grudges. That's horrible. Those people go to bed all mad and angry. Nonsense.
So you've got a man as your husband. How did you forgive him so fast?
Well, he actually is a good guy.
So you got lucky.
I'm lucky.
But what about the women that are not so lucky? They get mad all the time. And how do they forgive when their husbands really hurt them?
I don't know. I think that's so stupid. Life is so short to be honestly worrying and getting mad at people and staying mad. What for? If it's not worth it, keep walking. Go find another one. That's my advice.
So let me ask you this. For 23 years, how has it been easy? Let me ask you this. For 23 years straight, did it get easier or harder?
Easier.
Why?
Because you know each other better, and I don't know, I guess we're older and we don't worry too much about nonsense anymore.
So what you worried about when you were in your early 20s and 30s was different?
Yes, we will worry about a lot of things. It's not worth it. A lot of things are not worth worrying about.
I love it. So give someone 3 tips on how to stay married for 23 years. 3 tips. 3 tips.
Enjoy your day. Don't go to bed angry. Forgive. I mean, if the person's not worth it, find another one. Don't stay married if you don't like the person. Don't do that. It's not worth it.
So when you say don't stay with someone, but that's to increase the divorce rate.
Who cares?
A married woman saying who cares? One last thing. How does someone know they're with the right person and they have to marry them?
I don't know.
How did you know?
I don't know. I think we were lucky. I think luck is also a little something.
What's the number one advice you tell someone that's retired young?
Don't spend all your money, and definitely don't get married in Florida and have children.
Why not?
Because the woman will take like 60%, man.
It's no more 50 and 60 now.
Well, when you figure in 50, and then you have to pay the lawyers, and then you got to pay the wife's house because you have a kid with her, it can actually be more than 60.
So let me ask you a question. What did you do in your life in the past 30, 40 years for work?
I started on Wall Street as a hedge fund.
And let me ask you a question. Was it hard to make a lot of money there?
No, the hard part is keeping it, or keeping the hard part's not making money. The hard part is keeping money.
So for someone that wants to learn how to make a lot of money, what would be 3 tips you will tell them to make a lot of money right now?
Pick a skill, whether it's finance and you get an MBA and work on Wall Street, or you're a doctor and then you could go become a plastic surgeon or an eye doctor and make millions a year. Pick a certain skill, lawyer, a specialized bankruptcy lawyer, and then you could make a lot of money.
So skill set is number 1. What's the other 2? Other 2 tips.
Perseverance, hard work, and context.
So what is the number 1 mistake you made in your life that you can help a lot of young folks avoid?
Getting married. making a ton of money while I was married.
That's crazy. So
Not saving for a rainy day after, not going back to work because I didn't want to work because I lost millions of dollars. Then I started traveling around the world, just enjoying life. And then I had guys working for me, and then I made money, but I didn't make the same amount of money. And then recently I got killed because the markets came in and I didn't have you need to have money to make money. So whether you're that other kid going to 11 or wherever and buying exotic cars, eventually he's going to lose money. He's going to have to go back to work and make money, because you can't just keep going to 11 and spending 10 grand on a table or buying a car. And when you go to sell it, I'm just saying, you have to make money, or you just make so much money then you don't have to worry.
And how much is so much money you have to worry, in your opinion? What's the minimum?
Oh, anyone that knows what they're doing with money like me, 25, 30 million is that number. Other guys will tell you need 50 to 100 million. I don't know. I mean, I'm not looking to buy yachts and $55 million planes like Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need that kind of money.
I love it. So let me ask you a last question. Someone that's watching this, they want to get inspired to go out there and hustle and grind, but they don't have it inside of them because they keep getting defeats and failure after failure. What would you tell them?
Keep persevering, keep working hard, the more defeats you have, the better you'll learn, and then you won't make as many mistakes. But keep grinding until you find something that works.
I love it. Right now we have amazing questions and amazing answers. So listen, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, do me a solid, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like, comment. If you want us to ask some more questions, let us know. But we got some more people to talk to. Let's go. What do you do for work, boss?
We produce high-level experiences and festival vibes during Miami Art Basel.
So is that once a year or every couple of months?
We do it once a year.
So what do you do the rest of the year?
Rest of the year, we focus on production of Miami Art Basel during the week, because the main component for us is to have a very high-value network of individuals that we bring in, and we bring in about 5,000 people from all over the world that are B2B professionals and high-level profile.
So let me ask you a question. What's the purpose of buying art?
To be honest, it all is a perspective, because art is in the eyes of the beholder. But then at the end of the day, you will look at it from a financial standpoint. From a financial standpoint, to some people, it's a write-off. To some people, it's an investment. So it all depends on how you look at it.
So why do so many rich folks, buy a lot of art?
Oh, it's a tax write-off.
That's it?
Big time.
So how does it a tax write? They write it off, and then how do they get the money back in the future if they need to?
You have to purchase, so pretty much you have to have the proper appraisers that are going to appraise your art. And if they're gonna appraise your art that you just bought for $1,000 and then they're appraising it at 10, that's your flip of 9,000. This is literally what all of the artists do. And pretty much, if you want to collect art and you want to focus on like investing in somebody, now it's more of like tokenomics and going into like the Web3 and NFTs and that space. That becomes more of a ability for you to create a following because you believe into the artist, and you're investing into the artist because you want to see him grow. So this is why, if you want to collect art and be a true collector, you're investing into this piece, which is going to be a person, which is a human. At the end of the day, there's a human factor behind every single art piece that you're actually purchasing.
So let me ask you this. Someone that wants to become a great artist, what are 2 tips to become an amazing artist in your humble opinion?
2 things that you need to do. A is identify your clientele, where you want to be, and then believe in yourself. But at the same time, the number 3 is going to be make sure that you have a team.
Really?
Yeah, man. You have to have a team. You have to have a representation. You have to have an agency. You have to have a brand that is going to be personable and pretty much going to relate to people. If you look at Romero Brito, right, he is our local legend. But at the same time, in order for him to be big, it's who do you sell it to, and meaning who are your collectors, and at the same time, are you a brand? Are you a recognizable brand? And he is a recognizable brand. It's all about personal branding at the end of the day.
So for someone that's starting out, how do they start out like that? Like, how do they start getting themselves famous in that little sense?
Networking, and all networking. Going to Epic Talks and just connecting with the right folks that are actually valuing art. So going to Art Basel, going to Scope, and understanding the logic behind it pretty much, because once you understand the logic behind how galleries position themselves, how galleries create the spaces, and how galleries invite people in order for them to sell, that's what you need to observe, and that's what you need to learn. Because at the end of the day, think about it this way. It's 20% talent, 10% your community, and then 60% your business.
What do you do for work?
I'm in real estate.
And how long have you been doing real estate?
A year.
1 year?
Yes.
What's the toughest thing about being in sales?
People lie all the time.
Really?
Yeah, so you have to know who's telling the truth and who's lying.
So how do you identify who's telling you the truth and who's not?
Do your research.
Explain.
you have to do your research on everybody who you're talking to.
So someone that's getting into real estate brand new the first couple of months, what are some things that they should expect to feel or see when they become a real estate agent?
A lot of people, like I said, will give you advice, and you can take all of their advice, but at the same time, try new things, because you never know if what they're telling you is true or not. Like I said, people lie a lot here.
So what's the number one lie that you've seen in maybe one experience you had that kind of shook you?
They told me that my client was working with somebody else, and they sent me fake text messages of like them talking to another client, and it was all a lie just so that the sale would fall through.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm completely serious.
And how did you know it was fake?
Because I talked to everybody and I did my research, like I said.
Wow, so people are going like just extra mile just to show you the deception that's out there?
Exactly.
What is the difference between an asset and a liability?
An asset and a liability. An asset is something that comes your way. A liability is something that's a liability. You might be liable for it. You might not be liable for it, right?
You should know the answer. So we're not going to say right or wrong. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
What's more important? Doing things the right way or doing things the fast way?
The more important things are doing things probably the right way, but some people that might not have the ability to do shit the right way, like have bad records and stuff, might have to do it the fast way, just the way they gotta get it done.
So let me ask you a question. Why did you choose the wrong way in your life, if you don't mind me asking?
Just because when I heard the last question, the way I grew up, if something ain't wrong, something ain't right. So the wrong way kind of chose me too. Like I used to be on heroin and all that 20 years ago. I've been clean for 20 years. I got a lot of bad shit on my record, so it's hard for me to get a good 9 to 5 or something like that. So,
wait a minute. So you were on heroin and you were clean for the past 20 years?
Yes, sir.
Wow. So how did you get clean from heroin?
2 of my brothers overdosed and died, and that was enough for me right there. I had to do it for my mom. I said, "Your last son ain't going nowhere."
No way.
I'm being rock solid serious.
So let me ask you a question. So when you saw your brothers pass away, how did that change your mentality? Say, you know what? That's it. I'm quitting this shit.
The sad part is I was doing 5 years in the feds when both of them passed away, so I didn't get to see them pass away. I didn't make the funeral, so I made a promise in God. And you was talking about repenting. God may forgive and will always forgive, but like the other person you just interviewed said, there's always karma too. And there might be game gods, there might be God, and there might be karma gods. So I believe as long as you doing something that, repays your bad karma, hopefully the karma gods make you look even or get even. But if they don't, then shit, I might be in some trouble.
So let me ask you a question. How does someone that's watching this video, they're on drugs right now, they're trying to get off the drugs, how would they get off the drugs? Like what's some advice you give someone that is going through that struggle?
This is what I'm going to do, all right? I'm going to tell y'all right now. First and foremost, if you want to get clean off them drugs, you have to want it yourself. It don't matter if they have an intervention with your mom, dad, sister, cousin, your dead grandma, your dead brothers, your dead everybody come down from heaven and sitting there in their ghostly spirit. That might scare you to run out of there and want to go shoot a bag of dope. If you want it, you got to want it. And sometimes that dark cloud of negative energy will always be over your head, and you always want to do the drugs to numb the pain, but there ain't no better feeling than being clean. Trust me, the gray clouds are going to go away. Even when it's pouring rain, you will see the sunshine. I promise that.
Why are you single?
Wait, you asked her about business. You asked me about relationship. What's going on?
It's whatever comes to my mind. That's why people love me.
Why am I single? I don't know. It just hasn't worked out, I guess.
Let me ask you a question. What's been the toughest thing about dating in Miami?
I don't live in Miami primarily, so I can't.
Oh, where are you from?
We're from DMV.
DMV, what's that?
DC, Maryland,
Oh, I thought it was a DMV gonna fucking get.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're like.
Hold on a second. So you're from? Where are you from?
Maryland.
Okay, so what has been the toughest part about dating in Maryland?
I feel like a lot of people are the same, and also it's like, no one's really looking for like something serious. They're just exploring, especially if you date people who are our age. So yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Why are people not willing to commit in relationships, in your opinion?
Men or women?
Both.
Okay, it's different. I feel like men are not willing to commit because they all have this idea in their head that they have to achieve something in life before they get into a serious relationship, and they feel like maybe a relationship with a girl is going to hold them back, or they might feel self-conscious because they're not where they want to be exactly. And then I feel like girls, they just want to be hot girls. They've probably been hurt and they're like, all right, I'm outside.
I love it. That's a great answer, by the way. So let me ask you a question. For someone that's single and they want to become married, right, but they're afraid of committing, do you
Okay.
think it's possible?
Single, want to be married.
But they're afraid of commitment.
No, you need to get over the fear of commitment to, of course, get into marriage. And marriage is serious.
So let me ask you this. Why is it so hard for people to commit in this day and age?
I feel like it's so hard for people to commit in this day and age because of options. Oh, not over their ex, they have momming issues, or, they have like a lot of stuff they're holding on from their past they haven't moved on from. And on top of that, like, I seen a video like this whole setup, and it's true. There are too many options out there. People always like the grass is greener, so they think this girl has this issues, I'm going to go to the next. But I promise you, pretty face, but sooner or later, you'll find the same issues or even worse with the next person. So it doesn't change.
I love it. Listen, we had an amazing time today shooting content, asking questions, getting amazing answers, and so far we've been having amazing reviews from you guys. So do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We need your support. We're trying to get to 100,000 plus subscribers right now. We're doing amazing on Instagram and TikTok, but for some reason on YouTube, we need your support, we need your help. So until next time, see you guys in the next video.